Okay, how come? How come government workers can do stupid things and or be held accountable for failure or corruption, but they never get fired? How the heck does that work? I was pondering that, and there's just a bevy of articles that I can read and issues that kind of support that. I'm going to read a couple of them here to sort of make my point, and then, as we usually do, it's sort of a free fall conversation, see where it goes, and we try to relate this stuff to a small business situation somewhere or another. So I'm reading in the local paper, the Cleveland Plain Dealer, an article by a guy named Patrick O'Donnell, and he's talking about missed rebates, and he puts in quotes stupid. So the Cleveland School District is guilty of past management or poor management for failing to collect more than $8 million in federal technology rebates. And this is the auditor, who's state auditor, who's saying this. He said, but he found no evidence of criminal behavior. All right, we'll take that at face value. So they also spent $500,000 investigating this with a law firm, and they found no criminal behavior. Okay? So they're rolling right along, and this is a long article, but I'm not going to read it, just little snippets to make my point. So the state auditor again comes in and said this was a combination of poor management, weak policies, and a lack of communication that resulted in huge losses. It's not criminal, he says again, it's stupid. A very big stupid. So we have a group of people, they're still working there too, who are stupid by the official definition. So we have stupid people who missed $8 million, school districts going up for another big loan, trying to get another levy renewed for X number of years to give these people more money. And we have officially stupid people on the payroll. I never quite saw it expressed like that. I always thought, or I often thought about it like that, but I never saw it officially expressed like that. So it does not directly place blame on any one of these, a former employee, and the other employee isn't mentioned at all in this study. So we have two people in the school district of Cleveland who are basically still employed, it looks like, and they're stupid. They're officially stupid. So how do you get?
They've been officially designated as stupid between who? The
Well,
auditor
the
state auditor
and the law firm who investigated it.
So they paid them how much to come up with this?
$500,000 to come up with the same thing.
This is called the stupid report or the stupid designation. Because
So,
God forbid, people never do anything stupid in small business, right?
Never.
Never. Okay. But
No, we talk all the time about getting good people. So what do they consciously go out and look for stupid people? And what is the profile of a stupid person?
we should probably look for take a look and see some of the want ads. Looking to hire stupid people. I don't think that's the case. That's a tough void to fill. It just kind of happens, right?
Well, I'll dig a little more into this, and we can my pondering to come up with a couple of observations here.
All right.
So here's another guy, a guy named Daniel Beer, and he's writing from a group called FEE, the Foundation for Economic Education. And he's got an article, in government, nobody quits, and you can't get fired. So he goes on to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Again, I'll read a little bit and then we'll chat. Government work is pretty sweet, he says, if you can get it. If you have to pay for it, well, not so much sweet. The government has one of the highest paid workforce in the country. Federal bureaucrats make 78% more in total compensation than people in the private sector. State and local employees on average make 25% more. Combined with laws that make it extremely difficult to fire public employees, even for explicit or criminal misconduct, it's no wonder that hardly anyone leaves. Well, why should they? We've had a lot of examples in the news lately, and we'll continue. Again, it's the examples are out there. They're just low-hanging fruit all over the place. But he talks about a CBS investigation in which it found at the Environmental Protection Agency, the red tape is preventing removal of a top-level employee accused of viewing porn 2 to 6 hours a day while at work. Okay, that's somewhat surprising, but he's been doing it since the year 2010. Even though investigators found 7,000 pornographic files on his computer and even caught him watching porn, he remains on the payroll.
So who's stupid in that case? The guy who hasn't got fired yet sounds pretty smart to me. Right?
That's right.
So who's stupid in this case?
Well, I still got. So we got. How about an example? How about using that example on a small business? We got You're a small business owner.
No. I mean, one of the things we talked about quite a bit here on this show. I know we talk about all the time, Jack, in terms of how difficult it is to terminate people. We live in Ohio, which is an at-will employment state, which means that basically you can terminate people for no reason. You don't really need a reason to terminate somebody. Yet in today's society, things are very litigious, where you've got lawyers that are willing to kind of take on cases and make suits. We had a client just recently, got a suit thrown out after several months, where they were being sued for sexual harassment after they terminated somebody. It's totally frivolous. It had no basis at all. Yet they had to spend money, time, effort with an attorney to help get this thing thrown out, because it's almost as if, as a business owner, as a business, you're almost presumed guilty of doing something wrong, and the individual or the employee is really assumed to be innocent and being wronged and harmed by the big bad business.
That's right. Well, if you're a business owner, you got deep pockets, right? So that's what they chase. That's
what everybody seems to think. Yeah.
That's right.
That's another myth someday, right? Yeah.
It is a myth. Okay, another example: the administrative process meant to prevent against politically motivated firings is the Civil Service Protection System. The rules give employees the right to appeal a termination, and then it's a process that could take up to 2 years. So you have this guy studying porn, and you say, hey Joe, knock it off. This
Is he
is
studying
business
it or
hours.
just watching it?
Whatever he's doing, I don't know. But he hasn't quit.
Is that what we call it nowadays? We call it studying porn. That's good.
If you
He's
don't
probably getting his PhD in porn, Jack.
Come into my office and we got to talk about this. If you don't stop it, I'm going to fire you.
Make sure you bring your
It's gonna
laptop when
take
you
us-
come in too. All right.
It's going to take us 2 years. 2 years to fire him.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Especially if it's an elected official, it'll probably be gone by then, right? So that'll get
That's right.
thrown out.
5 years ago, the GSA, General Service Administration, spent more than $800,000 on lavish conferences in Las Vegas. 2 managers were initially fired but got their jobs back after like a union type body and review board reversed their decision. So they can't fire these guys, and it gets more and more egregious, the stuff they do, and here we sit. What kind of solutions do we have? Well, we're armed with basically trying to re-elect somebody, and it's just defeating and almost depressing that that's one, and basically to vote them out, and the other one is to refuse to pass these levies and give them any more money. So we got to find a better way to get organized here to fight this stuff. We can blame unions. There's a lot of blame to go around, and we should dissect this a little more and see what we can do with our WINT radio station here to make a big splash or a bigger splash to move the ball upward here.
Yeah, I think circling back to small business, it just reinforces a lot of the regulations and things that are out there that do impact you. And again, you're giving examples in the government sector, but they do flow down to where it becomes very difficult to do very simple things. And so having too much of that, so as an owner, to get involved and try to help get rid of some of those regulations, help make an impact in a positive way, is a very, very good thing to do. All right, stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about how do you take a vacation as a business owner.